polynomial is called the, you know this?
Oh, the dividend.
The dividend. The number outside is called the divisor. And when I find my answer, that will be called the quotient. All right, so let's do it. When we did the regular numbers, we said, how many times does 12 go into 57, right? So I want to say, what do I have to multiply this first term, kind of the same thought process, how do I make x look like a 2x squared? What would I multiply x times to make it a 2x squared? Well, it has to be times 2, right? And it also has to be times one more x, right? So if I said x times 2x, I would get 2x squared, right? This is what I'm starting with. And I want it to look like this. So I'm going to multiply times a 2x. So I put the 2x up here. Notice how I lined up the 2x with the 7x, so that those two are the same. The powers should line up. So to figure out what I'm going to subtract, I'm going to take 2x, the first part of my quotient, times my divisor, x plus 2. And I'm going to subtract that right here. 2x times x plus 2 gives me 2x squared plus 4x. Everybody agree with that?
I don't.
Yep, you lost.
Pay attention.
So, I want the first x to look like this 2x squared. To get this to look like this, I have to multiply by 2x. So I'm thinking to myself, this first term times this should give me this. So I'm going to try that, and then take it times x plus 2. And what I'm hoping is that when I take first times first here, it's going to match this guy, and it did. 2x squared and 2x squared, they matched, right? This one isn't always going to match, because not always do I subtract and get 0. When I divide, sometimes I get another number. So I take this times this here, write that down, and then what do? This little pink thing here? Subtract. But remember, when you subtract a polynomial, you have to distribute that subtraction. If there's mistakes that happen, it happens right here. Because when I'm subtracting, I don't just subtract this, I have to be sure that this becomes plus a negative 2x and a negative 4x. So that when I combine these two together, I get a positive 3x. And then what do you suppose I do with this guy? Bring him down, just like with regular long division. Now I'm going to say, how do I make this x look like a 3x? Times 3. I want this to match the 3x, so it's going to be times 3, so I'm going to write that up here. Now I'm going to take this times the x plus 2, and that gives me what I will multiply. Multiplying those together gives me what I will subtract here. But I put parentheses around this whenever I write it, so I don't forget to subtract both things. This is going to be a negative 3x and a negative 6. So of course these add to 0. If these don't add to 0, you made a mistake. You've got the wrong thing up here, or you multiplied wrong. These have to add to 0. You can't continue to have another thing here. 7 plus a negative 6 is a 1. So I have a remainder of 1. I don't put r period 1. I'm going to write it as a fraction, like we did with our daily math. 1 over this. 2x plus 3 plus 1 over x plus 2. Okay, you can stop. Thank you.
That seems pretty simple.